25 must-know English verbs for C1 to C2 level English. Make sure you learn these advanced English verbs which you will be able to use in many situations and will put some icing on your English. Most of these are regular verbs, but for the irregular verbs, I have included the past forms in brackets. So let's get straight into it. The first verb is to grasp. This is another way of saying to comprehend or understand something, especially something that is difficult. Overwhelm. If something overwhelms you, it has such a strong emotional effect on you that you don't know how to react. This could be both for positive and negative situations, and we tend to use this in the passive form. Undergo. This is a formal way of saying to experience something like a process of change, renovation, repair or treatment. Alternatively, it means to experience something we believe to be unpleasant but necessary. To endure. This is a really useful verb that means to experience something negative or tolerate it and carry on despite difficulties. So it's like saying suffer through something. To struggle. This is one of my favourite verbs, although it's also a negative one. If you struggle to do something, you simply have difficulty doing it. Foster. Here's a more formal way of saying to encourage the development of something. Acknowledge. If you acknowledge something, you express recognition or acceptance of it. We would use this in more formal English. Patronise. This means to behave or talk to someone in a condescending way. In other words, in a way that you think you are more intelligent, more important. The next verb is to urge. This means to encourage someone to do something or try hard to persuade them to do something. Boast. If you boast, you talk about yourself with excessive pride or self-admiration. In other words, this is the opposite of being modest. Boost. Not to be confused with boast. To boost means to make something increase or improve, or to give someone a positive lift. Prompt. We use prompt as a formal way of saying that something causes something to happen. You might come across this verb in the news. Inherit. When you receive something like money, property, or an heirloom from somebody, usually a relative, when they die, you come into it or inherit it. Praise. When you praise someone, you express warm approval or admiration towards this person, usually because they have done really well at something. Overcome. If you overcome something like a difficulty, a fear, an injury, or something that is negative, you deal with it successfully or you beat it. Condemn. This verb means to express strong disapproval of something, and we use this in formal English. It is common to see this verb being used in the news. Chatter. Not to be confused with the verb to chat. To chatter means to talk quickly and continuously about nothing important, in an informal conversation. A chatterbox is a person who chatters. Nag. We say someone nags you when they continuously pester or ask you to do something that you do not want to do, and it becomes annoying for you. Entail. This is a formal verb, and we use it to say that something involves or requires something that cannot be avoided in order for it to work. Deem. Here's another formal verb which means to regard, consider, or judge something in a particular way. Ease. You'll probably recognize this one, but it's good to use this in different situations. To ease something means to make it less severe, difficult, unpleasant, or painful by taking some kind of action. Outperform. If you outperform someone or something, you perform, do better, or achieve better results. Condone. Here's another formal verb for you. If you condone something that is regarded as being bad or wrong, you overlook it, accept it, or allow it. We commonly use this in a negative sense. To curb. This is a really useful one. It basically means to control or limit something that is not wanted or something that is seen as negative. The last one is baffle. This is a great verb you can use instead of surprise, shock, or disconcert, especially when you want to express frustration or not being able to take action. Make sure you check out my video on must-know phrasal verbs. If you want to learn British English with me, hit the subscribe button to join the community and put some icing on your English.